Let me ask you something personal, and I want you to really think about it. Have you noticed a change? Not a dramatic, fall off a cliff kind of change. No, I mean the small ones. The quiet ones. Maybe it's the mornings where things used to, let's say, rise and shine without fail, and now they hesitate. Maybe you still have the want, but your body doesn't respond like it used to. You brush it off at first. It's just age, you tell yourself. I've had a good run. But deep down, a part of you is whispering, something's off. And here's the thing, you're not crazy. You're not overthinking. What you're feeling. It's real. And more importantly, it's a message from your body. Because after 60, your erections aren't just about bedroom fun, they're a vital sign. Like your heartbeat, like your blood pressure, like your memory. A softening in your firmness? That could mean softening blood vessels. That spark that used to light up without effort. It might be dimmed by low testosterone, poor circulation, even sleep problems. It's not just about sex. It's about your health. Your vitality. Your life force. And when that starts to change, it's not something to ignore. It's something to understand. That's why this conversation matters. Because no one talks about this stuff with honesty anymore. You're left Googling questions you're too embarrassed to ask your doctor. But today, you're not alone. You've got me. And you've got the truth. In this video, I'm going to break down what penis surgeons like myself have learned after decades of treating men just like you. I'll tell you the one food, a simple food you probably pass in the grocery store every week, that helps older men reclaim the firmness and energy they thought they'd lost for good. And I'll show you 5 habits that are secretly weakening your erection power every single day, without you even realizing it. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you won't just know how to get stronger, you'll understand why your body has been changing, and how to take back control. And hey, let's make this a conversation, not a lecture. If you believe age should never steal your confidence, type "still standing strong" in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are out there. And if you care about staying informed, about staying vibrant, about protecting your health in every sense of the word, hit that subscribe button and join the Elder Talks Daily family. Now, let's get into it. Because your body's been trying to tell you something. And it's time we listen. I remember Frank. 67. Retired auto mechanic. Quiet guy, never complained much. But one day, during a regular checkup, he leaned in a little closer and said, "Doc, it just doesn't feel the same anymore." I didn't need to ask what he meant. I'd heard the tone before. That mix of embarrassment and frustration. He was still sharp, still active, still married, but the connection wasn't there anymore. Not just between him and his wife, but between his brain and his body. He thought it was just age. You know how men say it, "I'm not 30 anymore." But I ran some simple circulation tests. And what we found had nothing to do with age alone. Frank's blood flow was off. Not just down there, but everywhere. Here's what most men don't realize, your penis. It's like an early warning system. It has some of the smallest blood vessels in your entire body. If those are getting blocked or narrowing, guess what? So are the ones in your heart. So are the ones feeding your brain. Erectile issues? They're not just performance issues. They're circulatory warnings. Sometimes, the first sign of a potential heart problem. You see, an erection isn't magic, it's mechanics. It's blood, rushing into a network of tiny vessels, trapping itself, and holding. No blood flow. No firmness. Poor circulation. Poor performance. And yet what do most men do when they notice a change? They go straight for the little blue pill. Now don't get me wrong, those pills work. Temporarily. But here's the truth no one tells you, if your arteries are clogged or inflamed, those pills are just putting a band-aid on a much deeper issue. You're forcing a short-term response without addressing the root cause. It's like pumping air into a tire that's got a slow leak. You might make it down the road, but eventually, that tire's gonna give out. So what can you do? Start by treating your penis like your heart, because it is. Here's a simple first step: add beets to your meals. Beets are full of nitrates, which help relax and open blood vessels. More space, more flow. Or try a glass of pomegranate juice in the morning. Same effect, better vascular elasticity. You're not just helping your performance. You're protecting your heart, your brain, your eyes, your kidneys. This is full body healing we're talking about. And don't underestimate movement. I tell my patients all the time, if you want better erections, go take a walk. 20 minutes a day. That's all. No gym, no crazy routines. Just get your blood moving again. Because if your legs aren't circulating, your pelvis sure isn't. Listen, your body wants to function. It's not broken. It's just waiting for support. But here's the part most men overlook: even if you're moving, even if you're drinking your beet juice, if you're still starting your day with this next common habit, you might be setting yourself back without even realizing it. Because what you put on your plate every morning, yeah, it could be silently killing your testosterone. Let's talk about that next. Let me tell you about Carlos. 72 years old. Lived alone, still drove, still sharp as a tack. But he kept saying something that stuck with me: "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore. I'm tired all the time, I've lost my spark, and honestly, I don't even feel like a man these days." Now, when a man says something like that, it's not just words. That's identity. That's chemistry. That's testosterone. So I asked him, "Carlos, what's breakfast like for you?" He said, "Cereal. Toast. Maybe a cup of coffee and orange juice. Every day." There it was. Now hear me. This is where so many men, especially after 60, unknowingly shoot themselves in the foot. You start your day with a sugar spike. Processed grains, sugary cereal, white bread, even fruit juice, yep, even orange juice, flood your system with glucose. And when that happens, insulin comes charging in to clean it up. Sounds fine, right? Except insulin doesn't just handle sugar, it suppresses testosterone. Let me say that again: every time your insulin spikes, your testosterone dips. And when that becomes your daily rhythm, wake up, sugar spike, hormone crash, repeat, you slowly but surely strip away the very hormones that give you your strength, your energy, your desire. Now, here's the twist most men don't know: it's not age alone that kills your testosterone. It's the way you feed yourself as you age. Because your body doesn't bounce back the way it did at 35. The margin for error gets smaller. The habits hit harder. And that processed breakfast you've been eating since your working years? It's not harmless anymore. So what do you do? Simple swap. Start your day with fat, protein, and minerals. 2 pasture-raised eggs. Half an avocado. Maybe a small handful of Brazil nuts. Why Brazil nuts? Just one has enough selenium to boost testosterone production naturally. Not in a dramatic, risky way, but gently, consistently, like your body prefers. Eggs? They've got cholesterol, the good kind, which your body needs to make testosterone. Not all cholesterol is bad. In fact, testosterone is literally built from cholesterol. So skip the sugary cereal. Skip the toast and juice. Your first meal of the day sets your hormonal tone for the next 12 hours. Make it count. Make it powerful. Make it masculine. Because if your hormones are crashing before noon, no amount of exercise or supplements will save you. And even the best diet won't help. if you're unknowingly wrecking your sensitivity in the most private way possible. I had this neighbor once, Harold. 71, retired postal worker, always had a joke ready. One day, we were chatting over the fence, and out of nowhere, he says, "You know, Doc, I still have the drive, but it just doesn't feel the same. Like, the spark's there, but the sensation. Numb. Dull. Like something's missing." And right then, I knew what was going on. It wasn't just his hormones. It wasn't even just blood flow. It was how he was using his body. See, no one talks about this, but I will, because it matters. As we get older, many men, maybe even you, start adapting how they handle themselves in private. And sometimes that means more force, more pressure, more intensity. Because sensation isn't what it used to be, right? So the natural reaction is to grip tighter, move faster, chase that feeling. But here's the truth most men don't realize: when you do that, especially repeatedly, you're not helping yourself. You're slowly training your body into desensitization. Your nerve endings, they're delicate. And over time, too much aggressive friction, especially without lubricant, without mindfulness, can actually reduce your sensitivity. It's like using sandpaper on silk. Eventually, the texture wears down. And here's the tricky part: your brain gets wired into this intense pattern. It gets used to that pressure, that speed, that stimulation. So when you're with a partner, or even just relaxing on your own, normal touch doesn't cut it anymore. You don't feel present, you don't feel pleasure, you just feel disconnected. That's not just frustrating, it's painful in a deeper way. Because it messes with your confidence. You start thinking something's wrong with you, when in reality, you've just built a habit that no longer serves you. So what can you do? Start by slowing things down. Use a good lubricant, natural, unscented, gentle. Give your body time to feel again. Focus on sensation, not just release. Breathe. Pay attention to how things actually feel, instead of just rushing through a routine. And here's another tip: space it out. You don't need to go daily. Your dopamine, your feel-good chemical, takes longer to rebuild after 60. Every 3 to 5 days can be more restorative, more energizing, and way more satisfying. Because this part of your life isn't meant to be mechanical. It's not supposed to be some shameful chore you squeeze in when no one's looking. It's still you. Still human. Still sacred. And just like everything else in your body, if you respect it, it will return the favor. But even if you're treating your body gently, you need the right fuel to back it up. And there's one food that most men overlook, yet it's something penis surgeons, like myself, recommend quietly all the time. Not just because it's tasty, but because it builds rock-hard resilience from the inside out. You want to know the food most penis surgeons quietly swear by? It's not some exotic root from the mountains of Tibet. It's not a $60 bottle of powdered herbs from a late-night infomercial. It's something you've probably walked past 1,000 times in the grocery store, without ever realizing what it could do for you. Pasture-raised eggs. Not just regular eggs. Not the cheap, pale yolk ones from hens locked in cages. I'm talking about the deep yellow, sometimes almost orange yolk eggs from chickens that roam freely, pecking at bugs and grass like nature intended. Let me explain why this matters. That yolk. That rich center. It's a powerhouse of nutrients your body craves, especially as you age. First up, cholesterol. Now hold on, I know you've been told for decades that cholesterol is the enemy. But here's the truth, your body needs cholesterol. Testosterone, the hormone that fuels your energy, drive, and yes, your erections, is made from cholesterol. And as you age, your body becomes less efficient at producing both cholesterol and testosterone. So when you skimp on cholesterol-rich foods, thinking you're doing the heart a favor, you're actually starving your hormones. Eggs also give you vitamin D, which acts like a hormone itself, helping regulate testosterone levels. And if you've ever felt sluggish, moody, or disconnected after being indoors too long, vitamin D might be part of the reason why. Then there's choline, a nutrient found abundantly in egg yolks. Choline supports nerve function, blood flow, even the production of nitric oxide, the very thing that helps blood rush to the right places when the time is right. In other words, this little oval-shaped food supports your blood, your brain, your hormones, and your performance, all in one bite. Now, how many? 2 eggs a day. That's it. Cook them in olive oil or grass-fed butter. Pair them with half an avocado, maybe a handful of Brazil nuts like we mentioned earlier. That's a breakfast built for testosterone, not a sugar crash. This isn't about going back to your 20s. It's about fueling your body like a man who respects his engine. Because when you put in the right fuel, the machine runs smoother, stronger, longer. But remember, food alone won't save you. Not if your body isn't resting, rebuilding, and resetting the way it's supposed to every single night. And that's where most men unknowingly sabotage themselves, without even realizing what it's costing them. Let me introduce you to Mr. Ray. He's 68. Funny guy. Still drives. Still dances at weddings. But he came to me one day and said, "Doc, I don't get it. I want to feel close to my wife, but my body doesn't cooperate. And worse, I'm just always tired. Like, I wake up feeling like I didn't sleep at all." Now, most men chalk that up to aging. But when we dug deeper, the real culprit was something else entirely. Sleep. Or more specifically, the lack of proper sleep. You see, testosterone isn't just something your body makes randomly throughout the day. It's produced in pulses, during sleep. And not just any sleep. Deep, restful, uninterrupted sleep. The kind you probably haven't had in years if you snore, toss, turn, or wake up groggy no matter how early you go to bed. In Mr. Ray's case, he had undiagnosed sleep apnea. Every night, his airway would collapse just enough to jolt his body awake, again and again, without him realizing it. So even though he thought he was sleeping, his brain was running a marathon, and his hormone levels were paying the price. The result? Low testosterone. Low libido. Mood swings. Brain fog. And yes, weak erections. Now here's what's wild, even men without sleep disorders still sabotage their hormones with poor sleep hygiene. They stay up too late. Fall asleep with the TV blaring. Scroll their phones in the dark, bathing their brain in blue light. All of that throws off their circadian rhythm, crashes their melatonin, and disrupts the very chemical cycles that produce testosterone. So let's fix that. Here's what you can do, starting tonight. 1. Wake up and get sunlight within 30 minutes of opening your eyes. That jumpstarts your body's natural clock. 2. Cut screens 1 hour before bed. No phone, no TV, no tablet. Let your brain ease into sleep. 3. Keep your room cold, quiet, and dark. Think cave-like. Your body sleeps better that way. 4. Stick to a routine. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even weekends. Your hormones love rhythm. And if you're snoring like a freight train, or waking up gasping for air, even just once or twice a night, get evaluated for sleep apnea. It's not just about sleep, it's about oxygen, brain health, testosterone, and longevity. Because here's the part most men don't realize, you can eat the right food. You can move your body. You can take every supplement in the world. But if your sleep is broken, so are your hormones. And when your hormones are broken, it doesn't matter how much you want to. Your body simply won't answer the call. Fixing your sleep is one of the simplest, most powerful ways to naturally restore libido, energy, mood, and morning performance, without ever touching a pill bottle. And if all this feels like a lot to take in, I get it. It's a lot of pieces. But once you see how they all connect, the bigger picture starts to become clear. Now take a breath. I want you to just pause here for a second, not to think, but to feel. Because if you're still watching, I know this matters to you. Maybe you've been noticing changes in your body and haven't known what to make of them. Maybe you felt embarrassed, frustrated, even ashamed. Maybe you've silently wondered, is this just what it means to get old? Let me tell you something that no one's probably said to you lately. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. And these changes you've been noticing, they aren't signs that you're fading. They're signs that your body is asking for help. Quietly. Consistently. It's not giving up, it's waiting for you to tune back in. You see, as men, we were raised to push through. To stay quiet. To never admit when something feels off. But that silence, that "I'll just deal with it later" mindset, that's what steals your power over time. Because behind every weak erection is often a tired heart, a stressed out hormone system, or a body that's been running on empty for too long. And here's the good news, you can change it. You can reverse course. You can rebuild. Not overnight, but steadily, naturally, the way your body prefers. Eat the food that fuels your testosterone. Let go of the processed junk that's been dragging you down. Move your body with purpose. Treat yourself gently. And above all, sleep. Sleep like your vitality depends on it. Because it does. This isn't about being perfect. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body as it is now, and giving it what it's been quietly asking for all along. Because the truth is, your strength, it's not gone. It's not dead. It's just been buried beneath years of noise, habits, and neglect. But if you start listening now, even a little, you'll be amazed at what wakes back up. You still deserve connection. You still deserve desire. You still deserve to feel like a man, in the deepest, most human way possible. And if no one else has told you this lately, let me be the one who does. You're not alone. You're not too far gone. And you still have more power in your body than you've been led to believe. So don't walk away from this video just nodding along. Do something. Even one thing. Because small steps, taken consistently, lead to big changes. And if your body's been whispering for your attention, this is your moment to finally listen. Let's wrap it all up. Alright, let's bring this full circle. We've covered a lot today, but if you've made it this far, I know you're not just curious. You're ready. Ready to take your health seriously. Not for vanity. Not for ego. But because you finally understand that your sexual health is connected to everything else. Let's quickly recap the 5 key signs we uncovered, so they're fresh in your mind. 1. Weak erections. That's not just about desire, it's your blood flow, your heart's early warning system. 2. A processed breakfast every morning. That's crashing your testosterone before you even leave the house. 3. Too much pressure in private. That's training your body to feel less, not more. 4. Ignoring pasture-raised eggs and healthy fats. That's like running a car with no oil. 5. Sleeping poorly or with apnea. That's shutting down your body's natural hormone factory every single night. These aren't random facts. They're invitations, each one a chance to reconnect with your health, your strength, and yes, your manhood. Now I want to hear from you. Which one of these signs hit home the most? Was it the sleep? The diet? The pressure? Or maybe, all of it? Scroll down to the comments and just type it in. Not for me, but for you. To mark the moment where you stopped ignoring the signals, and started answering them. And if you've ever thought to yourself, I wish someone would just explain this stuff honestly, without all the medical fluff or the embarrassment, that's exactly why I created this channel, Elder Talks Daily. This isn't a place for judgment. It's a place for truth, for healing, and for real answers, because growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. It means learning how to work with your body, not against it. So if you found value in today's video, if it made something click inside you, do me a favor, hit that like button, it helps more men like you find this message. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we're just getting started. I've got more videos coming that dive even deeper into the topics men over 60 need to hear, but rarely get honest answers about. And above all, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. For caring. For showing up for yourself today. Stay strong. Stay curious. And stay connected to what really matters. This is Elder Talks Daily, and I'll see you in the next one.